This episode is going to be all about keeping your gratitude real, setting boundaries, and dodging drama like a ninja. That's what we're going to talk about today. So grab your coffee or your wine, nobody's judging here, and let's get into it.
Welcome to Becoming Tantalum with me, Megan Vanell. Discover your brightest self in a journey of transformation and resilience. Let's embark on this path together, starting now.
Hey, and welcome back, my friends. My name is Megan Vanell, and I am your host and go-to life coach for some real, raw, and relatable guidance and advice. And today I'm super excited about our episode because I love sprinkling a little bit of science, a lot of bit of sass, and a whole lot of practical wisdom into each and every episode. And today we get to talk about Thanksgiving, which is super fun. So Thanksgiving is upon us. You know what that means. Family, food, and if we're being honest, probably a touch of chaos, right? So whether you're hosting, traveling, or just showing up for the pie, which by the way, if that's you, I'm incredibly jealous. I am here to help you survive and dare I say thrive this Thanksgiving. So before I start though with some practical advice for you, I want to give you a little story and maybe just be really vulnerable here. And I'm hoping that y'all can help hold me accountable. So whenever we have anything that we're hosting at our house, which this year is no different, we are going to have our entire family here. It's going to be amazing. So many people, so many kids, so much food, all the things. There's never enough ovens or stove space to go around. And that's totally fine because everybody loves each other and it's great. But every time we host something, before we actually begin the event, I go into what my family calls the hosting mom mode. Now, this is not the positive hosting mom mode. This is like the prepping for hosting mom mode, where the house is not clean and it's not getting clean fast enough and nothing is organized and it's not getting organized fast enough. And I go into this like frenzy, which drives my family nuts. And this was just pointed out to me, which is why I'm talking about it now. Because here's the thing, I actually enjoy the prep for hosting. I like the deeper, maybe cleaning and deeper organizing than normal. I like that there's surfaces in our house that people just feel like need to have things upon them, even though they know where they go and they have a home, but no, they just put them there anyway. I like getting rid of all of those things and clearing off all of the different counters and really getting the house clean and everything prepped and everything cute so everybody feels welcome. Like I enjoy all of that. And so the fact that I have a name, apparently, amongst my family as the hosting mom mode makes me so sad because I enjoy it and clearly they're not. So here's what I need from you, my fellow listeners. My goal this hosting season is to have what impression I want to give out during the actual event, the same impression that I'm emitting. And maybe impression isn't the right word, but I really want to emit out to everybody around me calm and gratitude and excitement and that everything's under control and that everybody is just loving each other because clearly that's not the impression that I'm giving during the prep part. So that is my goal for this season is obviously to not only have everything in order and make sure everything's good and everybody's taken care of, but that I am also just emanating with calmness and joy and gratefulness because that's truly what I'm feeling. I think I'm just trying to get it all done. And so I'm coming across as frenzied. So hold me accountable. Check in on me, if you will. I'm asking for you to do that. Check in on me and make sure that that's actually what happened this Thanksgiving so that I can make any changes, become aware of what was different than what I wanted it to be so I can make changes for Christmas, okay? I'm putting that on you guys. Reach out and hold me accountable for that. So this episode, though, is going to be all about, for you, keeping your gratitude real and not forced, setting boundaries without guilt, and dodging drama like a ninja. That's what we're going to talk about today. So grab your coffee or your wine, nobody's judging here, and let's get into it. First off, gratitude is something that scientifically, we'll get into that, is incredibly helpful. It serves you. And my friends, it just feels good. So we're going to talk about gratitude done right. So let's start with that classic Thanksgiving theme, just being grateful. But let's get one thing straight. Gratitude isn't about slapping on a fake smile and saying, I'm thankful for everything. even if you are, but I doubt that you are, while secretly wanting to chuck a dinner roll at your cousin. That is not gratitude. That's not what this is about. Gratitude is a science backed tool that can literally rewire your brain. And you know that I'm all about the brain rewiring. When you focus intentionally on what's good, it strengthens neural pathways, literally the wiring in your brain, that make you happier over time. So, focusing on being grateful, that's focusing on the good, is going to help you to establish those pathways that over time make it easier for you to be happy. This is cool, right? So, here's how you can do this in a real way on Thanksgiving. One, instead of being vague in your gratitude or in how you're grateful, like saying, I'm thankful for my family, I'm sure that you are, you need to get specific. So try something like, I am thankful that my sister didn't burn the rules this year. Michelle, if you're listening, you didn't burn them last year. I'm just using this as an example. Specificity is what makes gratitude stick. So the more specific you can get in the ways that you are grateful, the better. Number two, practice gratitude in the moment. Become aware. So before you dive into that pumpkin pie, maybe take 10 seconds just to appreciate that texture and the smell and the taste before you absolutely annihilate it, right? That's called savoring. And you can savor really any moment. So just as your family is coming over, savor every single one of them as they come through the door. Just being thankful that they're there, that you get to be in the same space, that you get to spend time with that person in specific. Savoring is also magic. So be specific and really work on savoring. Those two things will help gratitude stick and really work its magic to its fullest extent in your brain and all that rewiring that it needs to do. Pro tip, if the table gratitude circle feels fake or awkward, I don't know if you guys have ever done that, where you like, sit down and talk about what everybody's grateful for. So if you think that that feels fake or feels awkward, don't force it. You can quietly practice gratitude in your own head, doing it on your own, rewiring your own brain without making it like a whole thing for your family. I happen to like doing it, and I don't care if they feel awkward because I love hearing what everybody's grateful for. And I think it's important that they take a moment to do that. But if that's not you, don't put on that hat. Totally fine. You can be grateful, practicing specificity and practicing savoring all on your own. It'll rewire your brain and it will do wonders for your ability to be happy and access that happiness later. Okay, so be grateful. Okay. Number two, boundaries are your best friend. So let's talk about boundaries for a second before I give you some examples. We all have that one family member, maybe more than one, who totally pushes every single button, sometimes on purpose, because they have zero self-awareness, right? Like everybody has that. Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a family member, but everybody has that. And so you get into these big gatherings and that one person is just pushing all the buttons, maybe intentionally, maybe not intentionally. I want to remind you that boundaries are not about being mean. They're about protecting your energy. Let me say that again. Boundaries are about protecting you. Boundaries are for you, not for other people. A fence is going up around your house, if that's what you chose, to protect your house, not protecting other people. So boundaries are the exact same. They are kind of if-then statements. If this person does this, then I am going to do this. And I am doing that for me. You're protecting you, your energy. Okay. So one thing you can do to establish boundaries during this gratitude Thanksgiving season without feeling guilt is one, you can set limits beforehand. So if you know that you can only handle 3 hours of family time, let's say, before you absolutely implode, then plan your exit strategy in advance. Something like, I have to head out before 7 so I can prep for Black Friday. Are you guys a Black Friday thing? I can't do it. I can't do Black Friday. it's too much. It's too many people. Anyway, whatever it happens to be, you can prep that, set the expectations beforehand. I happen to be one that I can handle all the hours of family, love being around my family. It's so great. So that's not my boundary. But if that's you, you know that you're going to literally implode after 3 hours, then set your exit strategy before it even starts. Number two, you can practice the art of politely redirecting. So, for example, if Uncle Jerry starts on the whole politics thing again, which this year is probably going to be a heavy topic for a lot of you can hit him with something like, "Oh, that's interesting, Uncle Jerry. Hey, can you pass the gravy, will ya?" You're just politely avoiding crisis, redirecting, changing subjects without shutting anybody down. Okay. The next thing is that you can use humor. I love using humor in setting my boundaries. So it's Thanksgiving. Why not try it this time? Lighten the mood. If someone gets too nosy, you can just laugh and say, "Whoa, that's bold. Now tell me, who made this stuffing?" So again, you're adding a little bit of humor, redirecting them, and protecting that energy of yours from whatever it was that the topic is. Depending on where you are, you also can politely just leave the room. Like, "Whoa, that's interesting, but I'm not going to get into that today. I love Thanksgiving and I'm staying grateful today," or something, right? You can use a little bit of humor, remove yourself if that's something that's appropriate. It's all in how you approach it and knowing what those boundaries are in advance. So, giving some thought to that, what is it that you need to protect yourself from, and figuring out a way in advance that you can either redirect, that you can use some humor, or that you can set limits beforehand. Boundaries are my friend, people. Boundaries are your friends, people. Use them liberally. That's what protects you. Okay, let's dodge some turkey drama. Are you ready for this? Let's talk about the elephant or the turkey in the room. Family drama. I'm sure all of you have it, but Thanksgiving is like this little pressure cooker for any unresolved tensions. The good news, you don't have to play referee. So, whatever those little unresolved tensions are that now you're putting all into one room for a very long time, you don't have to be that referee. So, here's your drama survival guide. Number one, don't engage. Remember that you're not the drama whisperer. It is not your job to calm things down. So if someone is spoiling for a fight, let them rant, sip your cider in peace. You don't have to engage in any way, shape, or form. You do not have to try to undo what they've done. You don't try to have to fuse any bomb that's about to go off. Just don't engage. Step away. Number two, focus on the fun. So seek out those family members that bring you joy. Right? There are always those there as well. So whether that's your super cool cousin or your hilarious aunt or your favorite sister or even the dog. We all love the dogs, right? So be where the good vibes are. You do not have to remain in a situation or become engaged in a situation where you're not loving the vibes. And number three, plan a personal escape hatch. So when it gets too intense, excuse yourself. Say that you're checking on the pie, or you're getting fresh air, or you need to use potty, or you need to take 5 minutes to breathe, whatever it happens to be. This, by the way, is a really good time to go get that second piece of pie, right? If you've already had the pie, you need to excuse yourself, go get a second piece. It's Thanksgiving, people. It's allowed. You don't have to fix Thanksgiving. Just focus on keeping your energy in a good place. So you don't have to be that drama whisperer. You don't have to engage. You can focus on the fun. You can excuse yourself where it's not. Find your good vibes, find your good food, and stay there. All you can control is you. So, my friend, control it. Avoid the turkey drama. And finally, I have a quick gratitude challenge for you. So, before we wrap up, here is just a little Thanksgiving challenge I would love to offer to you. Tonight or tomorrow morning, write down 3 super specific, remember we talked about how specificity is important, super specific things that you're grateful for right now. Maybe it's the way that your coffee tastes. Maybe it's the fact that stretchy pants are a thing. I know I'm grateful for that around the holidays. Or maybe that you have this podcast. You have me to remind you that you're not alone. Whatever it is, think of really specific things that you're grateful for and write that down. And keep that list handy. if things start to get stressful. I know I'm going to do that so that when host mom apparently comes out, I can pull it out and it's like my gratitude little cheat sheet that can help calm me down and put me right back in that great mood that I always try to be in nonstop during the holidays because it feels good, it serves me, and it makes sure that I am enjoying my time, which, by the way, usually ripples out to those around you and they're enjoying your time too. So I know that this was super short. I just wanted to give you a little Turkey Day survival guide. So that is it for today's episode. Remember, Thanksgiving doesn't have to be perfect to be meaningful. Focus on what matters, set those boundaries. Don't forget to savor the pie. Be specific and savory in your gratitude. And I hope that you have just the very, very best turkey season ever. And it's funny that I say that because I actually just heard on another podcast somebody talking about a brisket that they always make for Thanksgiving, and it sounded amazing. I might have to shift things up a little bit this year and take away the turkey or maybe just bring in a brisket because it sounded delicious. They were talking about how to make it. I want to try it. Anywho, my friends, if this episode hit home for you, share it with somebody who could use just a little bit of Thanksgiving pep talk. I think we all could use that. And if you haven't already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss next week's episode. And hey, throw me a bone here. Give me some likes. Give me some reviews. That helps everybody to find me easier so that I can make a difference in their life too. Because I promise you, I have some very juicy things coming your way. So I don't want you or anybody else to miss out. So until next time, my friends, keep shining, keep growing, and don't forget you are rare and you are resilient and you are as strong as anyone. You are amazing. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Thank you for joining me today. If you want to take all of these concepts and tools to a deeper level, apply them to your life, and watch the transformation happen, I would love for you to join the Tantalum Tribe. That's a monthly membership where all of our community has access to live coaching, self-paced courses, guest coaches, podcast study guides, anonymous question boards, and more. You too can transform your life using the tools and strategies that we have with accountability built in from our community. I really hope that you join us at tantalumcoaching.com. That's TANTALUM coaching.com. Just click join the tribe. I can't wait to see you in there.
An ironic media production. Visit us at ironickmedia.com.